month is all about for them. They just have to be aggressive and punch their ticket for the play-in. But that could be easier said than done.
All right, checking out Golden State's opening lineup. We've got DeAnthony Melton. He's out there with Stephen Curry. Moody is out there with Green. And it's Santos in at the power forward. And for Boston, Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. And Grant, one thing we know about these teams, they can both go deep into their bench. That's a luxury.
Yeah, a luxury indeed. And they don't have to worry as much about foul trouble or guys getting worn down. Credit to both front offices for building such complete rosters.
And it's Tatum missing. Outside, Green. Outside Curry. Green, a screen. And it's Stephen Curry with the 3.
Ideally, you want to chase Stephen Curry off the three-point line, but folks, it is not as easy as you might think.
Left side, White. Here's Queta. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
And I'll tell you what, this is a guy who doesn't take a break at all on the boards.
Man, doing serious work. He likes being an anchor on the glass.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
White with a screen on Melton. He buries it from 3.
Jaylen Brown has tightened his handle, and that allows him to be effective as a pick-and-roll option.
Pass to Santos. Outside Moody. The 3. And the Warriors with another 3.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Santos. Turned in an outstanding game against Washington. Outside Moody. Clock at 6. On the wing, Curry. He's guarded by White. Count that bucket. Curry's got 5 now.
Well, this is what you call hitting the ground running. 4 shots taken, 4 shots made.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. I asked him about keys to the game, and he said all roads lead to Steph Curry, in particular, his movement off ball. Coach said even when you try to switch, he finds little pockets of space, then he uses that quick trigger to beat closeouts. It's never an easy matchup. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that, Allie. No doubt, Stephen Curry is the best shooter of all time. Talk about what makes him special, Grant.
Well, B.A., he can hit shots under the most difficult circumstances, off balance, with only a sliver of daylight. And this is why teams often choose to double him the moment he crosses half court.
So it's Boston now, after the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment ago. And here's Brown for 3. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Warriors. A moment here to see the numbers for Brandon Podziemski.
And he's been locked in at the free throw line for sure. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. You just get that extra focus at the charity stripe.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Santos. Back to Curry. Jacks up a 3. Tatum pulls it in. Celtics trail by 7. Will it go? Again, the miss by Boston.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Melton outside. From the arc. Knocks down the triple.
I just love the ball movement.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. They want to keep rolling here, following the win against Atlanta.
Yeah, and that one came down to their rebounding. There was a big gap between the 2 teams there.
That was a coach's dream, to get that kind of effort and intensity on the glass, and for it to pay those kinds of dividends, critical.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Here's Hauser. Still no points. Nice ball movement by Boston. From behind the arc. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Boy, what a pass by Jaylen Brown. Probably one of his most improved areas.
Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Big time two-hand slam.
And right on top of the defender, too. That's got to feel good. Curry against White. Now here's Tatum. Against Atlanta, he was really on his game. And again, Boston with the triple.
What a weapon the three has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
Outside Moody. Pass to Santos. Inside. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Here's Curry. After the basket by Boston. Here's Santos. Looking at his numbers. Currently, he's averaging around 9 points a game. Tatum passes to Brown. Over Moody. And Boston again with the bucket.
Well, this is where having a tighter handle helps Jaylen Brown in pick-and-roll play. Just gets to his spot and scores it.
Curry passes to Melton. Green with a screen on Brown. Melton outside. There's the three. Boston pulls it in. Here's Kata, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Hauser outside. 6 on the shot clock. Drops in the three. Hauser's got 6.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Curry against White. From deep. Curry, no good. Boston trailing. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Celtics making a change here. Garza's checked in. Let's take a second to see which teams have been hitting the glass with a fury this season. Fourth, the Celtics.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Trailing by 2. They defeated Washington in their last game.
Yeah, and what was really impressive was they stayed patient. The shot selection was excellent, and you see the result.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Sometimes you anticipate that contact is coming, and you have to take it. Nice job by White to hang in there.
Outside Moody. Back to Curry to stop the drought. Garza grabs the board.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
On the wing, Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Offline with a 3.
He hasn't helped the cause with his shooting, but his teammates have had his back.
Here's Melton. The rebound, Celtics. Their last meeting was in this building. They were able to come out on top.
In their last game against this opponent, they secured the win because their second unit really stepped up.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Now here's Tatum. 6 points for him. Lets it go. White can't hit.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Here's Santos. The three from Curry. Buries it from 3. Curry's got 8.
It is indisputable, not debatable. It's over. Stephen Curry is the greatest shooter who's ever lived.
There's Tatum with the 3. The rebound by Melton. The Warriors trailing. Pass to Curry. Here's Santos. Hounded by Tatum. From deep, Melton. Garza grabs a board. Boston on offense. They're on an 18-7 run. Hauser outside. Launches it. Brown can't hit. The Warriors shooting 53%, setting the tone right from the opening tip. And they blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance at another one at the stripe.
I think you can make a strong case that Draymond Green is the best passing four in the league. Unreal court vision.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Warriors.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
Heading now into the final stages of the regular season. How excited are you for the playoffs, Doris?
BA, I absolutely cannot wait. This is always a long season, and there's a little bit of time left, but boy, can you feel the anticipation.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over.
Headed to the floor right now, it's Celtics Entertainment.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Pajimski's checked in. Here's Walsh, right now averaging 5.5 a game. Outside Pritchard, they set the screen. Pass to Garza, to the wing, right side. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pritchard, no good.
That's how you want to see them crash the glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Celtics understand that they'll be tested. Jaylen Brown said growth is a journey with ups and downs. You have to stay with it. You can't complain. Don't let it break your spirit. We've just got to keep building the right habits, keep being versatile, and keep learning from these experiences. Guys, back over to you.
Always looking to get better. Thank you, Allie. And here are the Warriors now, following the bucket by Boston. Back to Curry, fires for 3, connects from downtown. Curry's got 11 points.
Well, he's had a one-track mind this quarter, and that is score the basketball.
Pass to Gonzalez. Here's Garza. Here's the teardrop, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up. Boston shooting their first free throws of the game now.
At the line for your Celtics, Luka Garza. At the line for 2 shots.
The first one falls. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Golden State with it. Outside Podziemski. Outside Porzingis. And it's off from three-point range.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Tatum passes to Pritchard. A minute 6 left to play in the first. Yep, that one goes.
Both teams are hot. Woo! This is a fun one to watch.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
Now here's Porzingis. And he also played a big role in their last game with Washington. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Pritchard. The rebound by Post. And for the Warriors, they're shooting a solid 50% in the opening quarter. And again, it's the Warriors missing. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Tatum. The three is up. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Boy, this is the story of the night for this guy. He's taken a lot of questionable shots.
Right side, Podziemski. From deep three-point land. The shot comes out. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Boston out in front, leading by a point. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Quentin Post. Then there's Brandon Podziemski. Then there's Gary Payton II.
Personal foul.
Everyone has their opinion on the game, and some fans believe too many threes are being taken.
Well, teams are going to do what wins games. As far as the aesthetics of the game, does the league office want to make an adjustment? We'll just have to wait and see.
For Kristaps Porzingis, we know this guy has all-star level talent. For him, it's about staying healthy. At 7'3", if he's able to stay away from injuries, this guy is a big-time threat.
Now here's Tatum. Pass to Gonzalez. Fires the three. The rebound by Post. The Warriors leading. And here's Podziemski. He had 22 in the win against Washington.
And he did his part from the line. Drew fouls and made them count.
Count the basket. Here's Pritchard. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Outside Tatum. Pass to Gonzalez. 6 to shoot. And a miss there on the triple. The Warriors lead by 4. Soft touch off the glass.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
Porzingis against Tatum. Tatum like a freight train coming. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Oh, that is a big-time block from KP. How about that rim protection?
Podziemski's shot is good.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. No points yet here in the second quarter for him. Outside Tatum. To win the run. Oh, he cocks it back and throws it down right on Porzingis.
Yeah, the handle of Jason Tatum is special, and he has tightened that handle over the course of years.
How about that elevated look on the AT&T Connected cam? And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
It's now an opportunity to take a break and talk about their strategy moving forward.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
Right now for Celtics Entertainment.
Okay, let's bring up the list of the top foul shooters among post players this season. 5th, Kristaps Porzingis.
And you really have to love the confidence of this group at the free throw line. We haven't seen them struggle from there the way many bigs do.
Not at all. They've got the kind of ability at the line that would be exceptional at any position. You can't defend them as physically as you would some other big men because of just how reliable they are up there.
Now here's Melton, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Payton passes to Melton. Now Curry takes the three. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got 5 rebounds in the game. Three-pointer. The rebound by Moody.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
And again, no good by Golden State. Celtics trail by 6. Well, Doris, when you look at the skill set Jason Tatum possesses, what specifically makes him such an elite player?
Well, if you're elite, it means you have a multi-dimensional game, and that's Jason Tatum to a T. He came in with a scoring mindset. His playmaking skills have advanced every single season. He also absorbs an enormous weight on the defensive end. This guy is elite for a reason, and it's because it's a well-rounded game.
And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Oh, showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
The Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in. Melton with the ball. Outside Curry. Lets it go from deep. They get it back. He can't hit that time. Boston's gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Here's Tatum. Hey, strong move, Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
Curry passes to Porzingis. Now here's Melton. Pass to Curry. Jacks up a 3. Boston with a rebound. Tatum's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
He started the game scorching the nets from deep. 3 triples in the first period, but none here in the second.
Here's a look at what's coming up for Boston. On Sunday, they'll be playing against LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Monday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
This squad has been playing well here at home. And this is exactly the sort of momentum they want to take with them as they head out for this set of road contests.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Massey, he's checked in for Walsh. And it's White in for Shireman. Porzingis with it, and it's Bassey picking him up. The three from Curry. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
Another triple for him. His 4th of the night after that monster first quarter where he hit 3 of them.
Pass to Brown. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. They've led by as much as 10. And following this one, they'll take on the Nuggets in Denver. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. White with a steal. To the paint. And he goes in for the dunk.
The big guy attacking the rim. The throwdowns are loud and emphatic.
Melton outside. Pass to Porzingis. Porzingis is double. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
First personal foul, second team foul.
And he's gone 1 for 1 in the game so far at the line. Hauser, he's checked in for Bassey. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. That free throw good from Porzingis.
There's a reason people call Kristaps Porzingis the unicorn. A 7-foot big man, but boy, what a sweet shooter he is.
Now here's White. He had 10 points in the win against Atlanta.
Not to mention the assists he's piled up. You can see why his teammates like playing with him.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. Here's Melton. Following the bucket by Boston. And here's Curry for 3. No luck on that one.
Listen, let's not put it lightly. This guy has really struggled here.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Pass to Pritchard. The 3. Fires in the triple. Now just a 3-point Warrior lead.
Now, this is a guy who wants to score, so don't let him catch a rhythm.
Curry passes to Melton. And here's Moody. Here's Curry. Melton outside. Green, a screen. 5 on the clock. Melton misses.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
White, the pass to Hauser. From downtown. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, terrific kick-out pass by Derek White. His decision-making always on point.
Outside Moody. Outside, Green. Pass to Moody. On the wing, Curry. Beyond the arc. Boston pulls it in. Tatum's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Now Hauser. Back to Brown. Here's Hauser. Now here's White. Melton covers. Down low. Green, the pass to Melton. And here's Curry. In traffic, Curry puts it in.
It would be easy to take for granted the greatness we see every time Stephen Curry hits the floor. Another special performance right now.
White looking it over. Back to Brown. And the jam by Brown.
Oh, how about the dime? You love that unselfishness.
Now Porzingis. He has 6. Pass to Melton. Puts up a 3. Hauser grabs the board.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Now here's Pritchard. Last game out, 36 points for him. Jason Tatum, he's a sharpshooter.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Gators checked in for Boston. The Warriors also with a sub. Santos has checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Warriors trail by 3. Melton outside. Pass to Curry. And he nails the jumper. Curry's got 18.
It's so quick, and Curry's so elusive. This is what makes him such a tough cover, folks.
It's Brown on the wing. Oh, Brown just throws it down.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be his age.
Yeah, I don't have memories like that at my age, though. Back to Curry. Takes a 3. Pure from three-point range. Curry's got 21.
He's been dropping them in from downtown since the tip. 3 triples in the first quarter, 2 more since.
It's Brown on the wing. Brown gets the inside finish.
This guy has been a key to their success tonight. He's been selective and efficient.
And there's the screen. Melton passes to Curry. The three-pointer off the mark. Boston on offense. They're on a 17-7 run to the inside. Kick out to Brown. 4-3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Santos has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Moody. Moses Moody up strong for the jam.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Pass to Hauser. Three-pointer. Santos pulls it in. Santos has got 5 rebounds tonight. Right side Moody. Now here's Melton. Here's Santos. Now here's Curry. He's got 21. Curry creates inside.
Boy, he is just doing it all right now. And the more the ball goes through the net, the more his confidence grows.
Back to Pritchard. Fires from deep. The rebound by Moody. Moody's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Santos. Hauser grabs the board.
Oh, he missed the chippy. What are the odds? That's so frustrating.
White for 3. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Well, a corner 3 for Derek White. Surprise, surprise. This guy will light you up if you give him shots.
Curry passes to Green. And here's Melton. There's the triple. Hauser grabs the board. Hauser's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
.40 seconds left in the second period. Nice ball movement by Boston. They set the pick. White for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Give him credit. Improving in the second quarter. Just great adjustments.
Melton outside. Fires the 3. And there's Curry on the assist from Melton. Curry's got 26.
He's got a solid rhythm going from the perimeter. 3 triples in the first quarter, and now 3 more since.
Here's Brown. He's got 11. Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that's so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for the Celtics. Between his scoring and rebounding, an excellent period. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Well, Coach Mazzulla, a pretty good start for you guys. As we look at the second half, what's the message in the locker room?
Just continue to do what we do. We had great points, but they were making tough shots and they went on a run. Thought we played well, we executed. And then once we get to our spacing and our early offense, we're hard to guard.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot drum, please. They're picking up the shot. Oh, that'll up next time. Let's hear it for our contestant.
Hello, folks. With several other games going on around the league right now, let's catch you up on the action. Veering off topic a bit, I wanted to ask you guys, who would you say is the best trash talker of all time?
Man, there's been a lot of them, but I'll go with either Bird or Jordan, because trash talk is only good if you can back it up.
I really can't say because nobody talked trash to me. They were too afraid of the consequences.
Okay, now that's a lie, because I talk trash to you all the time, and I haven't seen any consequences.
Just wait till the next break, buddy boy. Been saving up.
And as we review this first half for the Celtics, still anybody's game.
They've had the hot hand from deep, so I'm giving these guys the green light. Keep riding the perimeter game until they take it away.
They sure made it look easy at times. What a half. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Through the first two quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Warriors trail by 4. Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. White and Brown team up as the backcourt. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the Boston 5. Back to Curry. Four on the clock. Melton outside. Launches a 3. The rebound, Celtics. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. They're kicking off a 4-game road trip. Brown passes to Tatum. Here's Queta. Green covering. Pass to Brown. Now here's White. Ooh, here's White on the drive. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got his 4th assist in this one. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
Boy, Curry just taking over and seemingly able to get anything he wants right now.
Tatum, a screen on Melton. And here's Brown for 3. And it's Stephen Curry with the rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Melton. Outside for Green. Lots of room. Yes, on the jumper. Green's got 6.
Boy, you have to respect how aggressive Draymond Green is. If he's got the ball in his hands, he's ready to fire.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Stephen Curry is nearing the finish line. He said every year there's some new style, new energy coming through that challenges you. And seeing these young dudes come up and understanding how much talent there is, this is not going to be around forever. So enjoy every moment of it. Guys, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's Moody, following the three by Boston. And a deep three from Curry. Oh, Curry stretching the limits. Wow, what a shot.
A nice start to the third. 3 out of 4 and looking good doing it.
Hauser outside. Back to White. Pass to Brown from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State. Santos has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Melton outside. There's a screen. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Melton outside. Pass to Santos. Here's Curry. Clock at 4. Over White. Curry's shot is off. The Celtics have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Outside, Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. Outside White. Off target with the 3.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Moody from outside. Tatum pulls it in.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to White. Now Brown. He's covered by Curry. Brown passes to Keita, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, this is where you see Jaylen Brown has evolved as a playmaker for his teammates. That's a pretty pass.
Here's Santos. Pass to Moody. And here's Curry. Lets the 3 fly. 4-3, Stephen Curry.
Boy, it's hard to add up how much damage Curry has done with his shot in his career. This jump shot has been one of the greatest weapons we've ever seen.
Now here's Tatum. The kick out to White. The 3 is up. Gets the 3 to fall. White's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rising fire from 3-point, and it is on target.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. As we head towards the playoffs, let's see where the Eastern Conference standings sit. You take a look at the Celtics. With great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference.
Well, for the Celtics, they're so focused on holding their ground now in the last month of the season. And of course, missing the play-in tourney means extra time to rest. They know how crucial that is for the playoffs.
Outside Moody. Curry against White. With a 9-footer. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Curry's got 10 points in just the second half.
Boy, this guy's been a monster this quarter. His team has needed it.
Here's White. Can't sink it. 4th miss out of 9 attempts. Here's Green, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one on White.
Well, make no mistake, Draymond Green will bully you on the interior if you allow it. You've got to make sure he doesn't force the issue.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Boston?
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
Well, I also noticed, guys, how much they move the ball in this one. Selfless, willing to pass the ball to a teammate with a better look.
No good on the free throw.
Well, there's so much you can come to depend on with Draymond Green. Certainly skill in terms of his passing and rebounding and defense, but how about the emotion and leadership as well, guys?
And he's good on the second. The Celtics have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Hauser, right side. The three. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Warriors. And we have a chance to take a look at the teams that are wreaking havoc with their defense this past month. The Celtics in second.
You know, they're pressuring the ball more, challenging every single shot. Their defense has been playing at a really high level.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Melton outside. Back to Curry. Pass to Santos. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Melton. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They lead by 1. On the wing, Tatum. Puts it up from 12. Santos pulls it in. Santos has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Green. Here's Melton. Moody from outside. Oh, Moody deadly from there. Incredible game. This lead has been exchanged 8 times.
Tremendous show of will and resilience on both sides.
Back to White. Nice ball movement by Boston. Outside, Brown. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Golden State has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Melton passes to Moody. Here's Santos. Outside Curry. Let's go with a 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been 3s.
And here's Brown. 14 points for him. Outside White. No good again that time. The Warriors lead by 5. Pass to Curry. Melton outside. Outside Curry. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Garza's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Hauser. Tatum with it. 15 points in the game. Pass to White. Tatum with a screen for 3. White can't hit.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
Santos. And that one's good. And Green with the assist.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. For Boston, Walsh comes in for Jason Tatum. Shireman comes in for Pritchard. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for the Warriors. Pajimski comes in for Stephen Curry. Here's Walsh. No points so far. It's Brown on the wing. Melton covers. Just 4 to shoot. To win the cold spell. Ooh, Jaylen Brown took the hit.
Now the clock is dwindling, but Jaylen Brown says, "Don't worry, team. I got this."
Pass to Melton. Porzingis with a screen on Brown. Ooh, it's stolen away. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Here's the three. Podziemski grabs the board.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Walsh. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. And now just a three-point Warrior lead.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 6. Pass to Melton. The three ball. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown.
Boy, his teammates have really picked him up. But I'm sure, boy, they'd love something down the stretch out of this guy.
Outside White. And there's the screen for the tie. Warriors with the rebound. Melton outside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
Also, I just love how hard they've taken the ball to the rack. They've made a point of attacking, and it's led to them getting buckets.
First one falls for him. Both teams deciding to change it up. And Melton drops them both. So it's Boston now. It's a 5-point game. Now Pritchard, 5 points in the game. The Warriors pull it in. Santos has got 9 rebounds now. There's a minute 54 left in the third. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Podziemski. Shot clock at 5. Banked it in off the glass. And the Warriors lead by 7.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Here's Walsh. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And a look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Draymond Green.
And as you might expect at this stage of his career, his passing numbers have been dipping year to year. But having his veteran presence and helping to lead this team with his experience, that's something you can't put a price on.
Posts checked in for the Warriors. Stephen Curry comes in for Melton. Now here's Curry. Give him 39. Puts the move on. Oh, Stephen Curry, shot maker extraordinaire.
How good are the handles of Stephen Curry? Well, they open the doors early so people can get a look at it. Ooh, that's nice.
Here's Walsh. Pass to Pritchard. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Post has got 4 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, just hasn't been able to find his rhythm offensively, and that's having a ripple effect.
And the powerful one-handed slam.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
One shot.
And that one misses. Celtics trail by 11. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pritchard from outside. The rebound by Post. Post has got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Curry. And he's got 41 now. From deep three-point range. No good.
Great effort on the glass by the big fella. Nice work.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. So on the floor for Golden State, Stephen Curry is out there with Brandon Pajemski. Then there's Gary Payton II. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Post in at the center position. Tatum inside, defended by Porzingis. Oh, and it's Tatum finishing it off inside.
My goodness, the ability to adjust to defenders all around him makes Jason Tatum special. That's big-time hoops, folks.
Here's Curry. That one goes. Count it. Curry's got 17 points here in the second half.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Left side, Payton. Fires from deep. Hits a three-pointer. Payton's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And in the second half here, they're shooting a terrific percentage from 3.
Outside Tatum. The 3. That won't go either for Tatum.
Still looking for his first triple of the half. He had 3 at the break.
Pass to Post. And here's Curry. From 8 feet. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Curry's got 45 points.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Gonzalez to stop the run. Pajemski grabs the board. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. Here's Post. And yep, it's good. And the Warriors lead by 18.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Now here's Tatum. To the right side. Pass to Garza. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Oh, beautiful pass. My goodness.
The Warriors lead by 16. Outside Pajemski. That 3's off the mark. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for Boston. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. And here's Porzingis, hounded by Tatum. That one drops for him.
And they just continue to sharpen their offense here in the second half.
For Boston, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here.
Headed to the floor right now.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Entertainment.
Warriors on D. Pass to Shireman. Outside Tatum. Over Green. Here's Shireman. Shot clock at 3. Here's Brown. Good on the jump shot. 18 points for Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown very capable of taking stretches of games over. Right now, he's got the entire offensive arsenal working.
Pass to Curry. Porzingis sets a screen. Curry, no good.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot, but better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
The Warriors lead by 13. Now Curry. Outside Podziemski. Outside for Green. From downtown. Boston pulls it in. To the middle. Here's Walsh. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
And you lay that pass out there just like a great quarterback. Let your teammate run to it.
Outside Podziemski. Pass to Porzingis. Operating inside. Porzingis.
Kristaps Porzingis a tough cover. This guy knows he can make threes. Now you get inside the lane and look out.
Green against Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Leaner from distance. And Boston again with the bucket.
Boy, this guy has been absolutely outstanding this quarter. You love what he's doing out there right now.
Right side, Podziemski. Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Just fundamental basketball from Kristaps Porzingis. Establish yourself inside and finish with the jam.
Outside, Brown. Here's the 3. Oh, Jaylen Brown from extended range.
Listen, he's carrying his own weight, there's no doubt, but it is very hard to win a basketball game by yourself.
Podziemski with it. Outside Payton. To the paint. Puts it up from 12. Denied by Tatum.
Remember, Tatum with a 7-foot wingspan sends that one back.
Wing shot on the way. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They led by as many as 18. Curry against Pritchard. Curry gets the bucket. Curry's got 47 points.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Outside Pritchard. Looking to get it going. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Here's Podziemski. Pass to Payton. Porzingis sets a screen. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Oh, nice shot by Brown.
You can see the work Jaylen Brown has put in to become a range shooter. Nice.
Now Curry. Outside Podziemski from deep three-point land. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Here's Walsh. Here's Pritchard. And the layup is good off the glass. Pritchard's gotten 4 this quarter.
And you can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Now here's Podziemski from outside, off the mark.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Here's Brown. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. And Boston with some changes. Cadis checked in for Walsh. Hauser comes in for Shireman. And it's White in for Pritchard.
First team foul. At the line for your Celtics, Jaylen Brown. At the line, shooting 1.
And the free throw, no good.
What I love about Jaylen Brown is his commitment to improvement. This guy's worked hard on his three-point shooting. He's worked hard on his handle and his decision-making, and there's still another level to come.
Now here's Curry. Got a hand on it. Here's Kata. Now here's White. Outside, Brown. Brown draws the double. Shoots a three. Another shot. And that's money on the layup.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He said, quote, "This one isn't over. Those guys will come roaring back. We have to be ready. If something doesn't go our way, don't dwell, just move on to the next play." Back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Outside Moody. Green. Oh, look at Green getting his inside.
Draymond Green has a knack for understanding where the ball will come off. He's got long arms. Really nice job getting after it on the boards.
Tatum inside, working on Green. Banks it home. Big shot.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
Now, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And the Warriors with possession here. The Celtics making their last shot. Oh, it's off. Now White puts up the tray. A three ball from the corner. Derek White.
Derek White, high pressure situation, no problem.
White against Curry. Takes a three. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Tatum inside. Try from 10. He got it.
Well, Jason Tatum, in a big moment, he is unafraid.
The Warriors lead by 4. Outside Curry. Here's Green. Now Curry from deep. Oh, he can't hit it. 1:09 left to play in the fourth. White outside. Here's a pass to Tatum. White outside. Let's loose for three. It's money from deep.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
And Curry's got the ball here for Golden State. They led by as many as 18. Melton outside. Fires the three. Oh, no good. Boston on offense. Here's a pass to Tatum. seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
Curry against White.
Ideally, you're trying not to send Stephen Curry to the line, but this guy creates those situations with his instinct and his ability.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to one. Both good from the line that time.
He's such a great free throw shooter who can handle big moments.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Outside Tatum.
And if you can't force the turnover on that play, then that's not a bad foul.
At the line for two, Jason Tatum.
He doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that gives him a lead.
Yeah, he gets them the lead at the free throw line despite the one miss.
Can't get the three. And so it's Boston who scrapes by with the win. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Jason, with you guys being such a young team, how do you continue to improve to reach your potential?
We got to watch film. I mean, we did a lot of good things today. There's a lot of things we could have done better. And we just got to be focused, composed, play with a lot of poise, and we'll be fine.
Poise normally comes with experience, but because you're so young, you're finding it early. Congrats.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce.